this. Okay, this is the brochure that you probably have received from me before. Okay, all right. And this is our targets, our objective in developing this whole program. We want to enhance your chemistry skills, especially in terms of theory. Okay, definitely a hands-on experience will be in this program as well. But we believe that during undergraduate is quite limited. The theoretical is very broad, is very general. So now we would like to help to enhance your skills in chemical analysis. So more theories, so that you know the fundamentals. It's very important to know the fundamentals before hands-on activities. Okay. So let's say chromatography, then you know more about chromatography, and the way that you look at the machines will be different after knowing more fundamentals and more theories in chromatography, for example. Okay, definitely one of our objective is also to develop soft skills or transferable skills. Along the way, the lectures, the activities in the lectures, as well as the assessment, are designed to together develop all these soft skills. I believe that because you are working, you do have all these soft skills, especially you have those who have worked for 5 years or 3 years. Okay, so I believe that these are already in you, but of course we can still together develop these skills. This is of course related to chemistry major, but then I'm sure that this is not related to you since you are working. Most of you are working right now. And the salary. Okay, what is important for you is to have this knowledge on the teaching and learning objective is conducted after office hour. Means that if it is weekdays, it is between 6 to 9 p.m. And probably 1 or 2 subject will be on weekend. So for the first semester, this semester, all theoretical, because we are focusing on theory, so all will be online. Yeah. So no physical classes, means that no face-to-face classes. Okay. So for the first semester, it will be all online. Yeah. So this is not related to you. You no longer, you have obtained your offer letter. Okay. So in classes, we prefer not to have just lecture. Okay, we're gonna have interactive lecture, activities in lecture like problem-based learning, modular tutorials. So it's not just going to be the 6 to 9 is not just going to be all lectures by the lecturer. Okay, so please do get engaged with the lecturers. Okay, in the activities during the learning session. Okay, so how we conduct lectures or how we conduct learning session. Okay, as you can see, lecture mode 70%. Why is that? Because still, because we want to enhance your theory in the chemical analysis, in analytical chemistry courses. So we still have to talk about all the theories, yeah? The theories, the fundamentals, which is very important. Okay, and then we also have in the learning activities, problem-based learning. Okay, so it's a discussion, it's a scenario-based, and we also have modular. Modular means that you have to answer questions and guided tutorials. Okay, so I also would like to tell you that we have teaching assistant apart from lecturers. you will be assisted by a teaching assistant. We call it TA. Yeah? We call the person TA. So TA can help you. Let's say you need to have a special session. Probably that subject is very tough. You need to have extra tutorial. You and a few others can form a group and ask the teaching assistant to assist you to help you with the tutorial. Since the first semester is going to be all online, the first semester, yeah, it is very important for you to have a very good internet connection. Okay, in order for you to have, in order for us to have efficient discussion, learning session, it's very important for you to have internet connection and enough IT facility. Enough means you laptop, tablet, or iPad. Okay, and we usually use Zoom, like today, and Microsoft Teams. So I hope that you can have all this. WebEx usually we don't use it. We use Zoom, and I hope that you can also make yourself familiar with Microsoft Teams. Okay, why Microsoft Teams? Because we'll be using that to compile. For example, this is all the subjects that we have taught for the last batch. Okay, so you can see in here, we can store, we can share all the lecture materials, assignments, activities, videos, YouTube videos, or whatever materials easily. Okay? So we can share with you. Although we also have a system, okay, called Putra Blast, developed by UPM. Okay, this is also what we call as Putra Learning System, where all the lecture materials, assignments, a lot of other things can also be shared among between the lecturers and the students. But we would like to have contingency. So Putra Blast, which you can access once you are registered student for that particular subject, as well as this is between you and the lecturer themselves to have a team in Microsoft Team. This is sort of contingency because Team is much more reliable sometimes, but Putra Blast, if the server down, then sometimes you cannot have access. So that's why MS Team is a good alternative. Okay, so when I say activities in class, okay, we do a lot of things. Sometimes we do video development, okay, animations, because this actually give you the idea or the understanding of that fundamental knowledge into something that you understand. Okay, so if you, let's say, able to produce it in animation form, then that will be an indicator that you understand the concept of that machines, chromatography machines, or the fundamental of the separation techniques, for example. So we do a lot of activities apart from just normal lecture. Like for myself, I do what we call as flipped classroom. So in a flipped classroom, I will supply a video, a recorded video by myself, explaining all the theories before the lecture start. So you can listen to the videos a few times, try to understand the content, and then when you are in the lecture, during the lecture, it's much easier for you to understand. Okay, so it is called flipped classroom, means that you listen first to the video, and then when you enter the class, you can have questions. We can repeat again, so your understanding should be enhanced. Okay, for the lab session, as I told you, the first semester all will be theoretical, okay, and all will be online. But for the second semester, we're gonna have lab session that is physical, face to face, okay, and I actually move the lab session to second semester to make sure that all students can come and have access to the uh, instruments and be guided, because we have demonstrators, they are PhD students, and they are experienced, they can guide you based on their research activities. Yeah? So this is very important for me to have you to make sure that you have a proper hands-on session. Okay, that's why I postpone the lab session to the second semester to make sure that everybody can come in. Yeah, instead of, because currently UPM does not allow to have physical, only for those with priority. Okay, something they have urgency to finish up some lab sessions. So only for 40 to 50% is allowed to be in university. So the first semester will be all fundamentals and theories. Yeah? So these are research equipments that we have in Faculty of Science. No worry if you don't see the the instruments here, like HRTEM, FISAM. We have it in another institution, still in UPM, but different. It's not in our faculty because we do share facilities. Yeah. So let's say the lab involve FISAM or HRTEM, that we will bring you through the instruments. Okay, so that will be learning activities. Okay, what about assessments? Okay, very important assessments, because if you remember your undergraduates, we have a lot of exams, a lot of tests, quizzes, but we try to avoid that. As you can see, assessment, it is based on 70% coursework. Coursework means that you have assignments based on the problem-based learning, you have case studies, okay? So based on the last batch students, okay, they do complain. Yeah, I mean, we take consideration that there are too many assignments. But when we ask whether you wish to have more tests, despite instead of assignments, they prefer assignments, okay, rather than tests or exams. So yes, it's going to be quite time consuming when you have 70% coursework, okay, quite a number of assignments, and you have to think about not just one subject, there are assignments from the other subject as well, okay. And we have we'll be having tutorial like trainings to make sure that you understand what has been disclosed to you, discussed with you by the lecturers, okay. And definitely 30% has to be normal exam. This is required. We cannot escape. At least 30% will be written normal exam, but some lecturers will have what we call as open book exam. Depends on the lecturer. It can be closed book or it can be open book exam. But open book exam will be different. Okay, usually open book exam will be a bit harder because you have to think, you have to come up with solutions and so on. So that will be open book exam. But remember, it's just 30% of your 100% assessments. Yeah. Okay, I just would like to share the example of problem-based learning. Probably it is not related to the subject that you're going to take, but let's say the subject is on the chemistry, inorganic chemistry. So let's say in this case, the Martian, this guy has to stay in Mars. So along the way, how do he plan to do to produce oxygen, to produce water? And so there's a chemistry involved. Okay, so the assignment is to plan how to live there and how to you have to show the chemical equation to produce water, for example, from the supplies that you have at at Mars. So this is an example of problem-based, meaning that whatever related to the subject, it can be used to solve problem. Okay, so remember that because you're working, sometimes you have problems at your workplace. Yeah? So that's how we can relate to you. Let's say you want to use the problem at your workplace to be as your assignment. Is of course something that we are happy to help. Okay. And let's say, for example, in research methodology, which some subject that we groom you to develop proposal. Okay, research proposal, a small project proposal. And this is the example with my class. We have is a problem with car company, and the problem is related to oil, the quality of oil, and the company is being sued. So what we did is we have a role play, and a few of us are playing the CTO, and one is financial. So this is where we try to create a role play where we have a meeting, and we decide on what are the experimental design to solve or to answer the problem. And then during research proposal, we groom you how to pitch. Some of you might be better than us. Okay, we groom you on how to pitch and how to present your research proposal. And we also soon, once you have registered, we're going to have a meet and greet session. This is our last batch meet and greet session with the lecturers involved. Okay, so you will get to know them. Okay, this is the most important for all of you. Is the what we call a study plan. Yeah. So the first semester, which is the coming first semester, okay, let's say you opt for option one. Option one means that you want to finish in 1 year, 2 semesters, okay? So these are the subjects that should be in your registration for the first semester, okay? So these are all the subjects. Plus you can choose between the two, elective one, or solid state or sensor technology for your first elective. Okay, so second semester for option one, okay, these are the subjects inclusive of physical face-to-face lab session. You can see that your Saturday is going to be very full if you wish to finish in 2 semesters. Okay, right. Option two, let's say you do not want to finish in 1 year. You want to have you need to take it easy, let's say. So you can choose option two. Okay, you can see that the core subject, you start with 15 credits. You have all the core subjects, but you do not need to start your master dissertation yet. Okay, you do not need to register your master dissertation. Master dissertation is a short project. I will brief in the end of this slide. Okay, so this is option two if you wish to have 3 semesters. So for the second semester, you will have 1 physical lab session followed by still theory. And then you start to have your master dissertation or short project. Okay, and then option of elective. Okay, so elective, don't worry. For example, I have given you for this one, for first semester, we only offer chemistry subjects, either solid state characterization or sensor technology. So solid state characterization is very important subject, and I will tell you what's inside the solid state characterization and sensor technology. Okay, all right. Now, so for elective one, for second semester, I will brief you what will be offered during just before the semester start. Okay, because it usually elective is something that is not fixed. Is what is being offered by the faculty. It's either Faculty of Science or our department, chemistry, You can also choose food science subjects as well as environmental science subject, which offered by Faculty of Environmental. Okay, so that will be elective. Okay, so the third semester for option 2, okay, the last one, another lab, physical lab, okay, Saturday, and then you have to finish up your master dissertation or short projects, followed by elective, another 2 elective. Okay, so you can see if you choose 3 semesters, you start off with 15 credits, okay, followed by another 15 credits, and with 12 credits. Yeah? So the one that who choose 1 year, you have 21 credits for each semester. But this one, you have 15, 15, 12 credits. Yeah. Let's say you really want to take it easy. You have the option of 4 semesters. Yeah? That's the maximum. 2 years is the maximum for this program. So 4 semesters, you can see again the core subject. Okay, so no lab involved. And the second semester, you start to have physical lab. Okay, and then another theory, molecular spectroscopy, and you can choose elective 1. Third semester, okay, another physical lab, and then a subject, separation techniques, master dissertation. You have to start the master dissertation during the third semester, and you can choose elective 2, followed by the final semester where you complete the master dissertation and another 2 elective. Okay, so option 1, 1 year, option 2, 3 semesters, and option 3, 4 semesters or 2 years. Yeah. So this is the detail of the course, what is will be taught under each course. I have shared this slide so you can read through. Okay, and these are not to say examples, but most of us will be the same. But of course, there are some lecturers that will be changed, because they have some other commitments as well. So, okay, and for example, we have Prof. Janet, Dr. Bimo, Dr. Irma, some of you might know them, Dr. Halim, Dr. Intan. So these are very experienced lecturers. They have 15 to 20 years of experience in doing research, and they are teaching the methods, the instrumentation that they usually use. Okay, so they are very experienced educators. Okay, for example, solid state characterization, we have Dr. Ibrahim, who is very expert in X-ray. We have those who are expert in XRD, surface chemistry. Okay, so it's what we call it, it's a chance for you to really interact with them and get their knowledge. If you have any issues, for example, at your working place, and then you wish to ask them question, it's okay, right? I will talk about the fee at the end, okay, Mohana? Okay. Right, so this is the lab, okay, physical lab, where you have to be face to face, okay, where you have to come in and do the lab. Okay, these are organic ladies who will be teaching a lot. They have a lot of experience teaching organic chemistry. For example, Dr. Emilia is doing synthetic organic chemistry. Okay, and I myself is more on sensor. Okay, so if you choose elective under sensor technology, then I'll be teaching with Dr. Jaafar. Okay, these are examples of elective from the other faculty. Faculty of Environmental, they are offering 2 different courses, pollution and treatment, environmental impact assessment technique, technology of food, lipids, quality of food product. This comes from food science, okay? And okay, for master dissertation, once you register, for example, those who choose option 1, okay, you will have to register the master dissertation for the first semester. Option 2, you will only start during your second semester. But I will call, okay, the coordinator of this master dissertation will call everybody who register for this program to brief you in a special session on how this master dissertation will be conducted. Okay, I'm just going to tell you that there are a lot of options. Okay, whether you wish to do survey based only, means that no wet chemistry lab, you wish to do computational, or you wish to do whatever work that you have, not to say whatever, must be related, chemistry related work that you have in your workplace, and you wish to make it as your master dissertation, it can be done. It can be negotiated, and then we will assign you a proper supervisor to help you. Okay, definitely during this master dissertation, you will be evaluated first on development of proposal. Okay, and then the work, the progress, as well as the final seminar. Okay, followed by uh, a short report. Okay, right. Okay, somebody, Mohana asked about the fees. Okay, fees is very important for you to understand. There are two types of fees. One is what we call as credit fees. Means that, let's say, one credit is equal to 380. Okay, so let's say you are taking 15 credits for that particular semester. So 15 will be times 380. Okay, so that is what we call as fees for credit, credit fees. But every semester you have to pay what we call as university fees. Okay, what university fees cover is library. You also have access to the student health center. You can go there, get the get the treatment, get the medicine. Okay, so you have the right to do that. You can use facilities in universities, but because of the pandemic, the last batch was not able to use it. Okay, so I mean, I hope that now that most of us are vaccinated, so you can have access to library, to the student health center, sports center. So that's why university fees has to be paid every semester. So that's the impact. If you choose 1 year, means that you're going to pay credit fees based on the number of credit that you register, but the university fees will be for the 2 semesters, every semester. But if you choose 3 semesters, then you have to pay university fees for 3 semesters. And if it is for 4 semesters, you have to pay university fees for each semester. So you have to decide that you have to think about the fees. Okay, so I would like to suggest for you, because let's say you don't know whether I can do it in 1 year, whether I can do it in 3 semesters. Okay, you can just register for the subject. Okay, and if you think that it is very time consuming and you just want to slow down, take bit by bit, and you are financially prepared to pay extra, then you can drop the subject. Okay, it's not necessary for you to pay first the credit fees. When you register, you are only required to pay university fees first. Yeah? The credit fees you can postpone until week 7. So you don't have to pay all at once. You can just pay the university fees and then the subject fees or the credit fees until week 7. So the first 4 weeks is for you to evaluate, okay, whether you can carry on to take 4 subjects, okay, but you think that no, I just want to drop this because it's too hard for me. So you can drop that during the first 4 weeks. Okay. And you can even drop the subject within 7 weeks, but you have to pay after week 4. There is a bit of payment, okay, for you. You need to pay in order to drop the subject. Okay, but if it is in 4 weeks, you decide to drop, then no payment for the drop process. Okay, okay, right. Apart from that, I think I'm happy to have, okay, university fee, Mana. Okay, the latest university fee is 2,000. Okay, so the credit fees is, if I'm not mistaken, I think by now, because you are going to register tomorrow, I think from your offer letter, there is a link that you can view the manual for Putra enrollment registration. Sorry, yeah, Putra enrollment registration. Okay, there is a manual, and that manual is complete with the fees. What are the fees? But for estimation, for university fee is 2,000 for each semester, and for credit fees is 380, if I'm not mistaken, per credit. So you can just times the credit. I will share with you but that was for last semester. So the guide for fees was last semester. I have not received the latest one. Okay, but I hope that you can access back the Putra Enroll registration kit, where you have a manual, and you have to read the manual carefully to understand the steps of registration. Please do that. Okay. All right. So I'm happy to answer any question by you. Yeah, HPLC we do have. Okay. So if, as I said, if let's say it broke down in our faculty, we can always move to a different faculty because we share facilities. No problem.